Vegas, baby, Vegas. That's right. We're live from the Neon Garage inside Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and this is NASCAR.com GarageCam, presented by Mobile One. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner, bringing you a live, raw, uncut live stream here in the middle of the NASCAR Garage, and it's an all-access pass you can only get on NASCAR.com. Check it out right here. Brian Scott's car being massaged a little. That A post, you see that little black strip right there, being massaged a little bit. These teams have been busy out here in Las Vegas. A test session, open test session yesterday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Had these teams working their butts off, including this Mobile One ride. This weekend, Brian Vickers back in the seat of Tony Stewart's car here, the number 14 Mobile One Chevrolet. Hop in that chat room if you're new to NASCAR.com GarageCam and you're watching this live for the first time. Well, there's a little bubble to the left of that video you see here at Brian Scott's rookie stripe on the bumper. Click that little white bubble, that talk bubble, and it opens up the chat room. Be in that chat room. Give us your predictions. Give us your requests. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and let's have some fun today. This is your show, the fan show here on NASCAR.com. Check it out. Come on. First in the interactive chat today. Do we have first in chat today? Yeah, we do. I think it's Louis DiDonato. That's right. Louis DiDonato, so far, I think a clean sweep possibly of the pole position here in the interactive garage. Speaking of garage stalls, this team had quite an effort last week in qualifying, and that is the 6th of Trevor Bayne and this Advocare machine, the Ford out of the Roush stables. And the speed has been up in the Roush camp so far this year in 2016. A top 10 finish for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. last week in Atlanta, and some bright spots already for the Roush organization. Landon Castle's number 38 MDS machine in the garage area here. You see this is such a unique garage area here. Keith Arnold, please show Landon Castle and that MDS Transport Ford and his teammate Chris Buescher. Well, the teammate is right next to him. Let's bring you outside into the desert air and the sunshine. A little dry but beautiful, sunny here in Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We look at the Texas native Chris Buescher, last year's NASCAR Xfinity Series champion. Of course, you can tune in later on today on NASCAR.com to see NASCAR Xfinity Series GarageCam, where you can see guys like this on NASCAR GarageCam later on. Michael McDowell, the K-Love entry. Positive, encouraging. I got that jingle in my head all the time. The yellow spoiler. No rookie stripe right there. Regan Smith with quite possibly the most colorful car. Keith Arnold, you want to see Regan Smith's car too, and remember Regan Smith's a part of our gang too at NASCAR.com. Great to have him aboard NASCAR.com Dirty Air podcast, so make sure you check it out on NASCAR.com. We'll tweet about it, we'll do all that stuff. So, but Dirty Air, a fun show, let's just say that. It's just basically like 3-4 guys just chilling out talking about racing. Nothing crazy formal, a lot of fun. Regan Smith, he's a regular on the show now, and that very colorful number 7 machine. The 83 Dr. Pepper ride, David Reagan's next door, but he's actually rolled into technical inspection, as some of these teams are starting to do right now. Michael Annette's pilot, number 46. No driver spotted yet. Oh, wait, we have a driver. As we say Michael Annette, he appears just like poof, right here. It's Michael Annette. All right, man. NASCAR Goes West out here this weekend. What's your plans? You got any cool plans?
We've actually already done quite a bit.
What you do?
I don't know if you ever watched that show, Steak Paradise, on the Travel Channel, and it's like all the best steak places. So we
Where'd
went
you
to
go?
Lowry's Prime Rib.
Okay.
Where they wheel out a cart with just a huge, like, roast, and then they pretty much just tell them how big you want it. So
why didn't you call me?
I'm sorry.
You can see that I love steak.
Yeah, obviously. But no, we took the whole team and then tried a new Italian place last night and caught the A-Main at the World Atlas Sprint Car Race. So we haven't really slowed down a whole lot since we landed.
Yeah, and then of course the session yesterday. How much did that session help you guys getting familiar with this new aero package and a new tire combination?
Yeah, I mean, we learned a lot of things that aren't going to work for us. It's amazing how you can have 5 hours of practice, and we ended up right where we rolled off the trailer. So, and we didn't make any time. We didn't make it any worse, but we didn't make it any better. So, took some notes from our teammate on the 15 car and kind of put that through the computers and the sim last night and got it in the car to start off today. So hopefully find a little bit of speed, but today obviously we'll focus a lot on qualifying since we did have 5 hours of practice yesterday.
All right, Michael Annette, thanks for joining us on NASCAR.com GarageCam. The number 46 pilot entry right there. Cole Witt back with Speed Stick on board. Good to see Speed Stick following this good young race car driver right here. A very nice young man. Premium Motorsports. David Reagan's number 23 car right alongside next door. Matt DiBenedetto's 83 car was the car that we passed before, but Debo's car is back. I heard he's going to be giving pace car rides on Sunday to media members. That should be interesting. David Reagan, the Georgia native. Right alongside over there is that 21 car, that one of the top rookies in our sport right now, but Chase Elliott having a stellar start to his season, so Ryan Blaney looking to pick it up in that Rookie of the Year battle. The Wood brothers, number 21. You see the rookie stripe on the board. Let's get some of those chat room requests rolling here, but before we do, this is a little walk we have right here, so we got a little time to fill, and there was somebody I really wanted to mention. Oh, well, first of all, Donald Corbin, hello, race fans. Ready for some racing, woohoo, kank kank. I don't know what that is, but that's pretty funny. Would like to see them Penske cars, please. That's awesome. Well, hey, a big shout out right now to Dorian Murray from Westerly, Rhode Island. Been struggling with a little bit of cancer, and from what I heard, that kid just wants to be famous. That's like one of his goals in life. So Dorian Murray from the NASCAR.com GarageCam crew, now you're famous, buddy. That's awesome. Dorian Murray, this show is now for you. So hopefully we continue to have a good show here and we kick some butt, get some drivers talking, and a big shout out to you, buddy. You're famous now. You're mentioned on NASCAR.com GarageCam. Jeffrey Earnhardt, another one of the fabulous Rookie of the Year contenders here in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, the number 32. Josh Wise alongside, and you see this right here? We got a lot of empty space right here. Well, inside right here, I'll show you as we walk. We're not going to waste this empty space. Inside right here, if you look through, this garage has a center to it, and inside the center is this kind of fan zone, the Neon Garage. There's concerts in there, there's shows, there's all sorts of food and entertainment. Actually, they're serving gluten-free options here for the first time, I've been told. So the Neon Oasis, and the great thing for fans too, on top of some of these areas are decks, and you can look down from that deck and see your favorite car being worked on. I think that's pretty cool. Brenda Worley, hi, Carl.
I wish the garage was always this quiet.
And there's Jack Roush right there walking through. Hey, Jack. Yeah, the garage is never really that quiet. It's kind of odd to hear me so well. CJ, our audio guy, chiming in right there. And right here is Jonathan Merriman. Let's hand him the mic for a second while we're walking, because yesterday we had a pretty cool story on NASCAR.com. The big story of the week has been the 78 camp. They've been so fast all year long, but a little suspension, and that was the whole talk of the garage area yesterday.
Well, Cole Pern, NASCAR suspended for a race, fined him $50,000. Dr. Barney Visser, 15 championship owner points. Martin Truex, 15 championship driver points, but that is under appeal. And Cole Pern is here this weekend, fulfilling his crew chiefing duties.
He was here yesterday working. Yep. Will be here all weekend, right?
Yeah. So, they talked a little bit in the media center that it was kind of a safety issue. They left a spring in one of the roof flaps, and so they're going to appeal that. They think they can, obviously they think they have a chance at an appeal. So we'll have to see how that goes.
Folks, that means right now during that appeal process that Cole Pern can come and work and be the active crew chief. Now, if that appeal process after it's heard, well, basically it stands, then Cole Pern will then serve his suspension. So we'll see how that works out. We'll have a lot more of that on NASCAR.com in the coming days. So Jonathan Merriman always keeping us informed here in the NASCAR garage. And hey, let's keep you informed of a car that's been very fast so far this year in 2016. It's a guy that, well, if a few things went right, he could have had a shot to win at Daytona. Didn't happen. Last week, a top 10 finish for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. A really good performance for this Roush Racing camp, and Stenhouse really likes hanging it out sideways, and last week was a race that was custom made for that. This new package on these race cars, playing into favor of certain drivers, for sure. Casey Mears to number 13. Ryan Dextrays and the boys here working on this 13 Geico ride. Second day in a row these guys have been in this garage area working. Ernie Cope and the boys looking over the 47 of AJ Allmendinger, getting ready for practice. We need to get some drivers. Let's motor along. If you guys see anybody, let me know. S.J. Golembeski, new tire guy here, overlooking the number 3 machine. Slugger Labby-led crew here for Austin Dillon. Austin and Paul Menard spending a lot of time together, going over their digital dashboard yesterday in the test session, and going over the interior cockpits of their cars and what each one of them prefers. It's pretty interesting to watch in the garage yesterday during that test. Greg Biffles, number 16, Cheez-It Ride. Biffle still has yet to win here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Kyle Larson, only 2 starts here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but a top finish of 8th. So I think this will be a good weekend for him. And I really predicted a strong weekend for the driver of this number 42 last week. Because of this new aero package, it didn't happen. Had that long green flag run, and they were just not there on the setup from the beginning last week. So that really hurt a team that didn't roll out in that race really on point with that long green flag run. Hard to recover. Hey, Rams fans, we're just to let you know we're experiencing a little bit of technical difficulties. Be sure to check out the full replay of this show later on today if you're hearing it live and you had maybe a little breakups and stuff. I know there's some sunspots in the areas because of the being out here in the desert, and we've had a few little issues, but we're going to do our best to give you the best NASCAR.com garage cam that we possibly can. And see guys like Kyle Larson, Casey Kane and Keith Rodden, a dynamic duo for sure. Talking things over here before practice. Driver and crew chief over here in the Hendrick camp. The King, Richard Petty. There he is, folks. NASCAR Hall of Famer, 200-time winner in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. The King, Richard Petty. Gotta love how involved Richard Petty is with all of his teams. Oh, you gotta love that sound, too. The Dutch boy hat, Paul Menard walking by. Halfway on NASCAR.com GarageCam. And right here, the Matt Kenseth pit area. Getting this thing off of scale pads, getting it onto the ground. They're going to turn this puppy around and get ready. Jason Ratcliffe checking his watch. Only a few minutes remaining here before they get this car turned around and ready to hit the track for the first official practice session of this weekend. Yesterday was considered a test session. Matt Kenseth, though, one of only 3 multiple-time winners here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We've been racing here since 1998. Mark Martin winning that first race, but a 3-time winner here in Matt Kenseth. He's won here more than anybody else. His wins come in 2003, 2004, and 2013, so a little bit of space between them, but Matt Kenseth for sure can get it done here. Just off the strip here, Las Vegas. Hashtag NASCAR goes west, baby. It's one of the best parts of the season if you're in NASCAR because, yeah, you know, we're far away from home, and a lot of these crew guys are staying out here between the races. Just spoke with the 44 crew, and they're talking about going on an airplane graveyard in Tucson. Of course, after they get some work done, some of these teams will actually be staying here in the Las Vegas area, and some of them on property here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, working on their cars, getting a car swap done, and getting ready for next weekend at Phoenix. Cole Pern, over there in the black t-shirt walking to his car. Number 88 nationwide paint scheme this weekend for Dale Earnhardt Jr. There's Junebug's 88 right there for you. Junebug, 18 starts here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He and Matt Kenseth lead the roster here as far as experience factor here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. But still yet to get a win. Strong run here for this 88 team, though, last year when we were at Las Vegas. So if you play NASCAR Fantasy Live on NASCAR.com, that would be a guy that I would really look out for right now, would be Dale Earnhardt Jr. Ryan Newman, well, maybe not. He's never won here, but you never know. Jimmy Johnson has won here multiple times. I believe 4 times, right? Jimmy Johnson? Yeah, I think so. 4 wins. So he would actually be the leader, not Matt Kenseth that wins here. Kenseth has won 3 times. My bad. But Jimmy Johnson, a 4-time winner here, including a hat trick, where he had 3 wins in a row here. Jimmy Johnson with an incredible win last week. Did not have the fastest car in the field. Did not have the best horse. But the best horse doesn't always win the race. It was strategy that they figured out earlier on in the race when they had a flat tire. They kind of figured out something. Then guess what they did? They short pitted. Surprised the whole field, pulled one out over them, and came out with a big darn lead. And the 48 took that to the bank. You thought it was going to be a race there at the end of the race with that caution, but this pit crew stepped it up too. And Jimmy Johnson getting win number 76 last week to tie the great late Dale Earnhardt. A monumental win, a monumental milestone in our sport. Speaking of milestones, the number 11, of course, still feeling good after that Daytona 500 win, but this, of course, a backup car, because they weren't feeling very good yesterday in that test session. Denny Hamlin making some pretty big contact with the wall. So already starting out the weekend in sort of a deficit, but the Gibbs crew has a rocket of a backup, I am told. So Denny Hamlin having a little fun yesterday, too, on his Twitter and social media, taking a Clark Griswold type photo. Well, Eddie, cousin Eddie. He was cousin Eddie. Russell not letting us in. He's boxing us out. Waving us into the pit area of Kurt Busch, the number 41. Haas Automation. Monster colors on board this weekend. PW over there, Paul Wolf, overseeing the operation here. As the 2 car is still on its jack stands. Excuse me, still on its scale pads. Getting ready for practice. Joey Logano climbing into his car, the number 22. It's pretty darn loud around here, but luckily we have a good audio guy, CJ Latirza, so we can actually hear. Brett Keselowski and Travis Geisler chatting here before practice. Brett Keselowski, winner here in 2014. Average finish of 19th, though, but he sure has picked it up in recent years here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Hoping to get win number 2 out west. That's a good thing right here for the Penske bunch, okay? Parked right next to each other, so when the drivers want to confer with the other teams, with the other drivers, it's a simple walk. It's walk right here, to walk right over here to the number 22 pit area. You know what? You guys don't get to hear this, but this garage is loud today here at the Neon Garage. Las Vegas Strip is heating up. A lot of fun on the Strip last night for a lot of people. A lot of fun all weekend in Vegas because this is a fun time. One of the races a lot of people circle on their schedule. Brenda Worley, I would like to see the 19 of Carl Edwards, please. And here is Carl Edwards. A 2-time winner here at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway is Carl Edwards in a And of course, a great stat too, 431 quality passes. Did you know
Wow,
that? That's
no.
like a stat, dork stat. Leads the series.
Would Mark Twain say there's lies, damn lies, and there's statistics? But I hope that one holds true. I hope we can be really fast here. Our Aris Toyota was pretty good yesterday. We actually struggled a little bit, and at the end got pretty good. So see how qualifying goes. It's kind of nice to go into qualifying mode. You just go out there and run one lap as fast as humanly possible. And it's
And
kind
the
of
qualifying laps are going to be lightning fast.
they're going to be really fast. We had the data on here yesterday. I saw 198 miles an hour at the start-finish line.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's fast.
All right, Carl Edwards going to strap into this number 19 Aris Toyota here for Joe Gibbs Racing. And oh, you can expect some really fast laps on the clock this week, especially in qualifying trim today. A lot of these cars, since we had the testing session yesterday, what you're going to see today in practice, Carl Edwards just alluded to it, is most of these teams starting out with qualifying trim or switching early. The ones that don't start out with it will go out there, get another baseline run, then come in, put the car on jack stands, get the thing set up in qualifying trim, and get ready to go out and turn a blistering lap. We have the freedom of doing that today because of the fact that we had that test session yesterday. So many hours working on these cars and working on race setup. So it makes it pretty easy. Well, not easy. It makes it easier for these teams right here. Here's the number 78 team, of course, in the news big time this week. You can check it out on NASCAR.com. But a second place finish the last time we were here for Martin Truex Jr. So look out for the 78. He could have won the first two races of the season. That's how good this effort has been. He came about a nose away from winning at Daytona, was one of the best cars all weekend long at Atlanta Motor Speedway, and now comes to a place where he finished second in 2015. This is one strong team over here at Furniture Row Racing, and they're really showing their stuff. Last week, of course, Atlanta was the first time that they actually ran a chassis that was a collaborative effort between Joe Gibbs Racing and Furniture Row, and they came out not behind the 8 ball because of that new change. They came out with guns blazing. Chase Elliott, the number 24 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet, getting tuned up and ready to go here. Kevin Harvick is already in his car. John Odell, hi Matt. John Odell wants to see the number 4 Jimmy John's car. And they're right alongside the champion, Kyle Busch, Las Vegas, Nevada native. Kyle Busch, and of course, M&M's holding the trophy right there. You gotta love that. We still got a little time to go on NASCAR.com here. Andrew Hayes, it's my birthday weekend. Would love to see Clint Boyer's car if it's too late. Clint Boyer's car is now on the other side of the garage. We did hit it shortly, but you know what, Andrew Hayes? Jonathan Merriman, give a happy birthday shout out to. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. We love you. Here comes Kyle Busch. Always very popular when you come to Las Vegas, Nevada. A lot of hometown fans, a lot of family here this weekend. See if we can get more shout outs in the chat room here. Let's get by this loud car here of Chase Elliott. And you see the fans lining up top right now, getting a look at their favorite drivers. We even have a guy with a camera up there. Hey, how you doing? Let's get some more shout outs in the chat room here to all you people in the chat. From Brenda Worley, Odell. We talked to Odell a little bit. Keith Arnold, you've gotten a lot of shout outs. And of course, I mean, it's Dorian Murray's show today. There you go, Dorian. I said let's have some fun in the chat room. We've had a little fun. We had a clank clank, like a sound effect. That was a lot of fun. Let's get creative. We got another show coming up. See if we can get what time that show is. But we have NASCAR Xfinity Series GarageCam coming up. And I'm sure the Xfinity Series show, we're going to talk to a lot of drivers. A lot of these Cup drivers right now have been debriefing in the trailer with their teams, with their crew chiefs, with their engineers in the front of these Sprint Cup Series haulers right here, getting ready for this practice. This is a very strategic practice. I said it's a little easier for these teams, but it's also very strategic practice because some of them are going to be in race run mode, some of them qualifying run. if you look at the front of this 48 car right now, that nose is taped up. The nose is taped up solid, flush on this number 48 Chevrolet, and he has some Goodyear stickers on this Chevrolet. That means one thing, they're going out to make a qualifying run right away. Now there's another challenge to that. Spotter Earl Barbin up on top of the roof has to make sure when these 40 some odd cars roll out that he gets a clean lap to determine what they are feeling in the car, how much speed they have in the car in that qualifying trim. So a lot of challenges today for these teams. NASCAR.com GarageCam, the Xfinity Series show, 12 p.m. local. So that's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to tune in. We'll have a lot of fun.